Alright, so it is me, NBT SKY, and we are doing a continuation of Elon Musk from the numerology report to the bone throw. And yes, I did my prayers, Mama Jubas, and only good energy coming in. And shout out to Mr. Musk, ancestors, and the Most High, and the Orisha, and Allah, and Christ consciousness, which I already did, and the known and unknown, which has already been discussed. And so, in order for you to follow along with the situation, you would have to have looked at the numerology report. So what we're looking at is the 11 and 2. His frequency popped up naturally in 11 and 2 in all of the elements. And so we're going to throw the bones and look and see what that talks about and what it don't talk about. And then throw the cards down. Anyway, let's get this clear. Elon Musk is a Cancer. So his 11 and 2 came into the moon 2 times with the sun attached. Then his date of birth, he's a Cancer. And his full name, he came into 11 and 2, master number 22 and 4. And where he's from, according to Google, 11 and 2 between Mercury and Uranus and Neptune, balancing that out. And Twitter, which came up into the 11 and 2. So, let's look. Twitter is out the box and he now is X, but, you don't look anyway. So, usually I associate the 11 and 2 with the High Priestess and Tarot, the unknown and the hidden factors and so on and so forth, but it also could be associated with the actual major of the moon, right? Now, we know that he likes space. He got starships. He's probably already explored the moon, and now he's talking about Mars and so on and so forth, and technology and stuff. So that's what we're gonna look at. All right, there goes the bones. Y'all know how this go. Oops, I didn't put this all the way. Alright, so, oops, anything off the board is going in the bowl, as y'all already know. It's going in the bowl. Let's go down here. It's going in the bowl. Alright, so first off, natural resources on the earth. Now when we dealing, where's my thing at so I could keep y'all together? Mom. I'm live. Close the door. Of course, because I'm NBT SKY, it's gonna be a disturbance. So, regardless of the fact, we have this bone right here, this ancestor bone, this dark energy. We have this focused in the middle, the emotional attachment to the materials and the physical world. Meanwhile, we got the 11 and 2 that pops up in Saturn anyway with the 22 and 4 able to master build. So let's get into what we're talking about with these secrets in each one of these elements. Saturn being the earth energy. So, we dealing with this air and earth kind of thing. Technology, bringing technology into earth. This in that Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, and the concept of being able to change life with it. Or, that. In this comes a lot of endings to a lot of things that usually would take place on the earth. And so there's a lot of secrets that's not being told about money, finances, technology, so on and so forth. In the physical reality, there's a lot of things that he know that's not being talked about. And even if it is at a minuscule, small point where you have to actually have an interest in it and be following it to get it. Right? Now, we have him right here with this masculine bone. And that's landing in between the earth and the air. With the magnifying glass. So, this doesn't necessarily have to be a a female. But what we're going to say is this. When we're dealing with the earth, we're dealing with a feminine principle. It's things that he's going to closely look at, period. And this is even involving the mind and how we think as a people, masculine or feminine. These are things that they like to look into, whether it's in your face or not. Okay? There are energies, and I'm going to keep it 100 right now. There is energy around here that will try to interrupt the flow of the situation, but it's not going to work, and we're not going to force it. Moving back around. So here we in the air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So there's things that's going to go on in technology that they are not willing to stop dealing with, and not willing to stop trying, and not willing to stop exploring, period. And with that, there's a lot of cutoff in communication with the general public, most likely. Now, we have this memory bone, and memory bone is down, and it's coming in the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So, again, it's verifying there's past information, current information, things that they want, playing with the mind, being able to remove information, delete information, restore information that they don't want to talk about with the general public, that he probably knows a little bit about and probably explores. And then we have in between the air and the fire, we have this concept of ideas, and we dealing with the water. Now, when I'm looking at his 11 and 2, right? The 11 and 2, we talking about the things that are hidden towards us. So not only is he up there in space, but he's probably already been dealing with the oceans and the waters and so on and so forth in order to even understand up there. Not saying that, that's a secret, but these are ideas. This is coming through in between the air and the fire. And when you're dealing with air and fire energy, it's either going to be a super brush of air that's going to put the fire out, a medium brush of air that's going to spread the fire, or no air at all, which if there's no air, it'll still take the fire out. It's a weird thing, right? So now we got this feminine principle here that comes up in this fire. And we talking about Aries, Sagittarius, Leos, right? And this is a fast-paced energy, a fast-paced feminine energy. And I need people to understand that this could be the feminine principle of Elon Musk, because we have masculine and feminine aspects ourselves. If you throw him or twist him or put him in a position where he's in his emotions, he may get a shift personally into that feminine principle, and there will be fast reactions. We got this ancestor bone sitting here in the fire, this Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, and journey. He's always going to want to journey. It's even attached to his ancestors, period. With the fact that, this could represent money. But he loves money. He loves his life. He loves luxury. He does not want the doors to be closed. So he does not want any loss. And there is a lot of action that's going towards the moon and understanding energy. Not saying that he don't. But understanding energy, emotions, the reality, the physical reality, the technological reality, and space. Exploring that people are not going to understand or even pay attention to. And so he has taken small losses and big losses and made big gains in a situation that people are not even going to know about. And these big gains come natural in his Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces energy any the hell way, right? Now, his up moments is probably going to be spring, and it's probably going to be a lot of stuff going on in the spring. I'm not sure because I'm not over there. We got this other ancestor bone letting us know that even when he's in, his slow pace, there's always going to be, this ancestral health and wealth and long life, even if, it's over time. So it's not like, it's a slow, gradual, generational thing over time that people don't know about or don't understand. But anyway, now we're going to throw the tarot cards to figure out what else the 11 and 2 is going to talk about in all of the elements, right? So, overall, what this bone throw was discussing is that, yes, I have money. I am wealthy. I do explore. I do want to know these things. I have access to these things. If you don't ask, you won't find out. If you're not exploring, you're not going to see what I'm exploring. And so on and so forth. And in another segment, it's like, yeah. And when I say I am not speaking of myself, I'm talking about the energy here of Elon Musk. It's like, okay, yes, I know things that you don't know about the air, earth, water, fire, the elements, the physical reality, the reality beyond us and beneath us. And I may not tell you all the things that you want to know, but there are people that know what I know. And the reason why you don't know what I know is because you're not looking at the same things that I'm looking at for whatever particular distractions there is. That's pretty much what it's saying in a nutshell. So anyway, let's look at this tarot card reading real quick. Let's look at the tarot. Like I said, I'm not gonna throw down his zodiac card because he's a Cancer. 6/28/1971. He's a Cancer, and that's just that. He's a water sign. Okay. And that's not with a toot. I don't feel toot energy. I just feel like it is what it is energy. And let's look. Alright, so today I'm using the Masonic deck. Why? Because he got the 11 and 2 a whole bunch of times, and he got the 22 and 4. And, you know, even though we don't add master numbers, it's still going to bring us to, I like to add them sometimes. And so that, when we get into that Saturn energy, he got 22 and 4 and 11 and 2. So this is going to let me know, like, you know, he like the big build, not little build. Alright, so let's see what pops out for what's going on with this moon energy and the sun, which comes down in a lower frequency, which is letting you know like the light is dim. It's things that we're not gonna speak about, things that they're not gonna shed, or he's not gonna really shed light on. So let's see. Yeah, I know I get funny sometimes. I have to shuffle these joints. Alright, so let's look. Alright, so we have 2 of coins. What did I tell y'all? The high priestess, stop playing all the time. Stop playing all the time. 8 of swords and the high priest. So this is the discussion. Now we looking at the 11 and 2 under his moon energy, which is in his name, Elon Musk, right? High, medium, and low. Okay, so I'm looking at high, medium, and low, and then this additional card right here. So in a high, this is talk about juggling. There's a balance of realities. Now, we talking about a man that's on Earth, or supposed to be on Earth, that still keeps going off the Earth and finding ways to bring objects off Earth onto orbit. Probably done went to the moon or sent something to the moon. So we talk about 2 different type of realities, whether it's technology in a physical body, whether it's water in the air, whether it's fire in the earth, whether it's we physically here, how we get physically up there. It's a balance out, and that's that. And so the high priestess is confirming off the rip, and y'all watch this, right? Off the rip, that there's hidden knowledge and information that he knows in all of these realms that a lot of people don't know. And it's not because it's not possible for you to know. It's because most people are not focused on it or thinking about it or finding it important. And so they do not ask the right questions. And when they do have access or some form of access, some form of access to the resources, they still do not ask these questions. And even when they lose these forms of resources, they still do not ask these questions. And it's like, yo, it's not my responsibility to tell you, kind of thing. So now we have this 8 of swords, which is a discussion of self-entrapment, right? And so this is one of the things that Elon Musk may understand in this moon energy. Now let's get it clear. When we're dealing with the moon, we're dealing with intuition, we're dealing with emotions, we're dealing with the water energy. He is a Cancer, so it makes good sense. And you're also dealing with the fact that there, even in that, is danger, because when you're dealing with the moonlight, you only get light to a certain extent. Everything else you have to be willing to explore beyond that and take the risk. It's just that simple. Now we got this high priest energy right here overall, right? And so this high priest energy is like, listen, at the end of the day, you know, there's this tapping spiritually. I'm tapped in. Spiritually, emotionally, generationally, I'm tapped in. And so he even has to look to something beyond himself, or tap into something beyond himself, or an elder beyond himself, or an ancestor beyond himself, in order to have this type of motivation. Now pay attention to the fact that when you're dealing with the high priestess and you're dealing with the high priest, you're dealing with the masculine and feminine principles of the same type of knowledge, the same type of energy, period. One's more aggressive than the other, and the other one isn't. They both still hold the compass. Well, I'm not gonna say physically hold the compass. She holds the secrets. The compass is before the secrets is before him, but he holds the compass. So we're gonna pay attention to that. Now, anywho, so he's able to flex. He's not in a stagnated position, or a position of I cannot do or I cannot accomplish, because he moves between his high priestess and high priest energy, period. So now we're going to look at the 11 and 2 and the 22 and 4, which is technically a 33 and 6 if you would like to add it up, but it's in earth energy and it's Saturn. So I'm going to throw down 4 in all fairness. All right, and so we got a lot of fire, and then we got the world, and then we got the 6 of swords kind of energy. So first off, we got 2 6s out here, and we got the malice. When we dealing with the 6s, you already know that this is a discussion of and now I'm gonna blank out because this is how they hate, but this is why I'm gonna keep my notes, because we're not gonna fail and we're not gonna fuck up the flow of Sky's reading, right? And this is why I always keep my notes, just in case. So let's go into the 6 of wands. So recognition. When you're dealing with this Ace of Wands, though, you're dealing with the concept of being able to create and build, and you also in the fire energy. Mind you, this is Earth, right? But he's still in this fire energy. He's still able to create. He's still able to build. It's still super inspiration. And you go into the 6 of Swords. And then when we get into the 6 of Swords, you're dealing with transitions. And then, again, the world. So he gets all of the elements, period. He has the sun, the air, the water, and the fire. He's holding a compass, which matches this energy. It's still his higher principle, regardless of how you like to see it. He has explored the world, and now I'm bored on the world. Now I'm going up there and explore, and if I get bored up there, I'm going to go over there and explore. This is where his earth energy is a lot of action and movement, and yeah, there's a lot of recognition for the things that he has created. But you're going to see, at the end of the day, you got this moon energy, and as you notice, the moon is lighted on 2 different aspects. Also, you have this sun energy or this star energy right here, both on the same side. Regardless of how you like to cut the cake, let's keep in mind, he got his triangle up there, triangle up there, triangle up there, triangle. We already in 4 areas with the triangle. So, you know, that hidden knowledge and access to it is his right now. It's not going to change, even if you try to blame me out during my reading energy. It's going to happen. We're going to discuss it, and we're not going to force it. His master building is based off of his passions, his desires to want to conquer and understand all aspects of reality. And that's a secret, right? Supposedly. We're going to get into the overall, but this is one of them. So this is like, we're going to tell you why and how, right? So let's go into this 11 and 2, which is trying to balance this Mercury energy. Okay? Now, Mercury usually comes up as the magician. So let's see. We're going to look at 11 and 2, and we're going to throw down the same amount of cards. So we got this 9 of Swords. We have this Tower, which matches his Mars energy. We have the Lovers, which is that Gemini energy. We have the Chariot. So, listen. First off, so far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So far we have 6 major arcanas. So, let's understand that when I say that his 11 and 2 is his 11 and 2, I'm not making it up, because his major arcanas is coming up, which is letting you know that this is beyond the physical reality or how we perceive and process reality, but this is from a higher frequency, right? So when we're dealing with our 9 of Swords, You know, there may be times during creation and building that there is some anxiety and stress. All right. Again, we bring this tower. So there's no fear in his being able to break down everything and then build up again and join and partner with other people and separate from people and try to control a particular situation. So therefore he has no problems with, and this is where his Mercury comes in as the magician. If I'm not going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, right? Gemini energy, which matches the lovers, because lovers is the Gemini energy also. And so what we gonna do with that? We got this twin partnership. It's always partnership with him. It's always gonna be partnership and balancing in that Mercury energy that takes place, and that's validated right here between these two. You're dealing with two. Light and dark energy being able to control and stop things from going out of control, because he already dealt with these tower experiences. What we do have to pay attention to, though, is the fact that, you know, if he's not mindful, and if there's no consideration for humanity and everybody else in humanity, that some of the things that they are interested in, that they explore, that they look into, it could be destructive to a lot of us. So they should pay attention to that. And then the other 11 and 2 came up in his Twitter, but we already know Twitter is a past name that moved into the X. Even though we know Twitter is very popular. Regardless, even though we know that it's been called X, the whole world is still gonna call it Twitter any old damn way. Okay, just think about that. So I'm not gonna talk no. I ain't gonna go there right now. All right, so let's look at that. Now, in the numerology report, we were discussing Twitter and its ability to collect analytical data and, you know, market and target and identify. And this is what made Twitter important. And so, therefore, it gave us some cards. And I don't read reversals. So, Twitter brought upon a lot of money, whether people know that or not, a lot of wealth, a lot of stability. Oh, there's more than that. A lot of happiness. I'm done with him right now, okay? I'm done. A lot of burden, aggravation, right? And then we have, who else? I'm kind of cheating, y'all. I'm cheating a little bit, y'all. I'm not even about to hold you. From the youth. This is a fact. This is no secret. So the secret came out in the numerology, so I don't even have to press over this situation. The numerology and discussion here is that. At the end of the day, he was able to get all of that out of that. And we can't even get mad. So now we're going to do the overall. I'm going to throw one down for just by itself. Water, earth, fire, and who else? Air. Water, earth, fire, air. Alright. So, water, earth, fire, air. Water, the Knight of Gold. Alright, so you know, he came in with this energy. In other words, he's pointing this way. I came in with this energy, mommy, father, energy, whomever, the masculine, feminine. This could be great-grandparents, great-parents. I came in with that, right? Next, we have this 7 of coins. So, we talking about work, building. This is going to keep going on. Then we got this 8, where things move fast in their reality. It just moves fast regardless of the fact. And then you got this 9 of coins situation going on with this independent wealth. And it's going to be independent wealth until we understand that what we focus on versus what they focused on versus what he's focusing on versus how we partner up versus how he partner up and all that. There's really, it's like saying, okay, everybody's like, oh, what's the big secret? What's the big secret? Even I said it. And then the cards is like, there's no big secret. It's in your face. And if you choose not to look for it, then that's not my problem. I'm worried on my generation. I don't care if you don't look for it. I put it out there. It's out there, whether it's spiritual, through technology, through news, whether it's fake news, real news, whatever the case is there. That's your business. You don't want to kick it. You don't want to ask the right questions. It's like, ask the right questions and I'll give you the right answers. And this is the thing that's that's interesting about the high priestess and the high priest. In a lot of cases, ask the right question, and I'm gonna give you the right answer. If you can't if you can't ask the right question, then I don't have to answer you. That's the energy. It's like, it's not my, because if you can't muster or imagine the question, then you can't tap into the realm. And so we can't say much about that, whether we dealing with, grandparents, forefathers, him as a father, maybe a grandparent. It's just that simple. And this is within all aspects of his reality. And so in order to get what he did experience hella tear downs. And they just posted something about him losing $3 million in a Tesla partnership situation. And so you see this tear down. Not saying that it's authentic, but we see this tear down. And it's coming from like this feminine principle aspect of it all, where he's like, all right, how do I get this under control? So you can see it all throughout the cards, regardless, whether it's just energetic or, they just jogging your tail on the news. But anyway, any major things that he know that we don't know that we need to be focused on? Okay, well, fine. Alright, so we got the 8 of coins. Alright, so this 8 of pentacles right here is about patience and stable foundations. Obviously they came from a stable foundation. Obviously it took time and generations to build. Possible a good 8 generations to build stability for like a good 4 individuals in the next generation. So I'm going to just say that again. It may have taken about 8 generations on the masculine and feminine side to build a strong foundation for the next generation, which may last about the next 4 generations. I'm just saying, I'm not being biased. I'm looking at this in a different light. Anyway, this is me, NBT SKY. This was the bone throw and a little bit of tarot after the numerology report. It is me, Deuces. You already know. See you.